Hello, wonderful person. I'm wearing my wonderful person t-shirt that I got from Anton Petrov. And if you're not watching his YouTube channel, you're missing out. Every single day he posts a new video on some new finding in astronomy or cosmology or something science related. It's mostly astronomy and cosmology. But if you're not watching that, you're missing out. So I highly recommend his channel. And he thinks you're a wonderful person. That's why I got this t-shirt, just so everybody else knows I'm a wonderful person. Okay, so I tried to record 2 videos yesterday, and I don't know if my brain wasn't working right or what, but it did not work out. It was so bad that I decided not to upload it at all, and I'm going to start all over. Okay, I think maybe one of the problems I was having is that I was trying to go into too much detail. So I'm going to cut back on the detail today and see how it goes. So the first thing I wanted to say, I wanted to add to what I said yesterday, or 2 days ago, whenever it was, I posted the last video, about I was critiquing idealism. Another critique I have of idealism that also applies to physicalism is that it seems to me that if you're trying to come up with a model of reality, you want to have as few anomalies as possible, and you want to account for the most evidence that you can. Well, both idealism and physicalism fail at this point because they both have to dismiss a very pervasive aspect of our experience as being an illusion in order to maintain it. In the case of idealism, obviously the illusion is that the external world is real. I mean, even if we grant that everything we're seeing is just perception, it at least appears as if it's real. And so it presents itself to the mind as if it were part of the external world. And that's true even if you deny the existence of the external world, it still at least appears as if it's real. But if you're an idealist, you've got to say that's an illusion. So it seems to me that that's essentially saying, here's a piece of evidence that I have, this appearance of realness that does not fit my model. And so that's got to be dismissed as illusion. Physicalists do the same sort of thing. There's 2 aspects of physicalism that does this, and not every physicalist takes it to this conclusion. But like, say, Daniel Dennett, since the brain is a piece of thing that's made up of separable parts, there isn't any one part of the brain that's you. And so there can't be a unified you. So this impression that we have that, we've got all these sensory perceptions coming in, we've got all these thoughts going on in our heads, and we've got all these different subjective experiences, and it seems like that you are experiencing all those things, like there's one unified self that's having all these experiences. Well, Daniel Dennett says that's an illusion, because given the fact that the brain is just a physical thing, there is no you in there. There's just a bunch of perceptions and a bunch of mental phenomena. They're just going on all over the place in the brain. And that's all it is. There is no you, and there's no you that endures through time. So that's another. So he's got to dismiss the sense that we have of being unified selves who endure through physical change and time. He's got to dismiss that as illusion. So there's something he's not accounting for. And the other thing is, there's actually a few things now. Think about it. Give me a second here. I got to think of what the second thing was that I wanted to talk about. Well, that was quite the brain fart. It actually, I couldn't think of what that second thing was, so I had to go back and look at the video that I recorded yesterday to remind myself. Now I know what it was. The second thing that physicalists have to dismiss as illusion is the faculty of volition. And whether you subscribe to libertarian free will or compatibilism, in either case, the faculty of volition is what does the choosing. And choosing or acting is a kind of exertion. You try to do something. If physicalism is true, then there's no sense in which anything really exerts or tries to do anything, because everything just kind of passively obeys the law of nature. Things are acted upon, and then they act on something else, and they just kind of do it, you know, by the laws of nature or whatever. They don't try. Trying is a mental exertion. So if you're a physicalist, you have to dismiss that as an illusion. And so, since there's no faculty of volition under physicalism, then there can't be any kind of responsibility either. And even if you know, you're not a moral realist, you're a moral relativist, even those people say that we're responsible within a certain frame of moral agreements or something like that. But really, if physicalism is true, then you're not responsible even under moral relativism or moral subjectivism. You're not worthy of any kind of praise, or it's inconceivable, or it's incoherent to blame somebody or praise anybody for anything if everything that happens, everything we do, is just the inevitable consequence of blind mechanistic causes in your brain. So dualism has an advantage over both idealism and physicalism in the fact that it doesn't require you to dismiss major parts of your experience as being illusory. It accounts for all of it. It appears like there's a physical world because there is one, and it appears like that we have a faculty of volition because we do, and it appears that we're unified selves that endure through time and change because we are. So that's one advantage of dualism. And that's it for this video. In the next video, I'm going to talk some more about some of the problems with physicalism.